Okay, well, we're drawing to a close, and Andy Fillmore was unable to join us in the morning to give some opening remarks, but he is able to join us this afternoon to give some closing remarks. So I want to call him up to do that. And I want to tell you that we in Basic Income Nova Scotia have met multiple times with Andy over the years, and he has provided us with funds to help support the conferences that we have done multiple years. You may not know it, but Andy also seconded Julie Jersewicz's, I always mispronounce her name, but Bill C-273 that was calling for discussion of an implementation of a basic income, and he is another voice within Parliament to help us move this advocacy forward. So, Andy.
Thanks so much, Mandy, and I do apologize for not being able to join your conversations for the day. It's been a long and sad day with a funeral and celebration of life of a dear family member today, but I'm glad to be here at the end. Thanks for having me back, and I hope that there will be a channel where I'm able to learn from what you did discuss today, and maybe we could. That's fabulous, and it's wonderful to be with you in person. Isn't it nice to be together in person again and to have that kind of warmth between us? So thank you for forging ahead in a non-virtual way. We do need to get back to whatever the next phase of our normalcy is here. So thank you. And thank you also for your putting your energy not just into this conference, but for the advocacy that goes on year-round by so many of the people that are in the room. Yes, I've been happy to join you in that advocacy and will continue to be joining you. And in fact, it was shortly after my first election in 2015 that I began meeting with many of you, and I'm glad to see some of the familiar faces that I've met at this conference and in my office over the last, it's been 6 years now somehow, to find out what government can do around a basic income to reduce poverty and to give people the dignity and respect that everyone deserves. And I want to just highlight that this push for this positive change has really come from the community, from grassroots. And I'll speak about my party for a moment. You may have heard that earlier this year at our virtual policy convention, delegates overwhelmingly supported. So these are community members. These aren't elected people. These are members of the party in the community, overwhelmingly supported a basic income policy statement. These are important things. This is how people engage in changing our democracy and changing our country. As an example, same-sex marriage legalization came from a policy resolution from members of it happened to be the Liberal Party, and that became the law of the land. That's just one example of the power of what these resolutions have to do. And as you mentioned, Mandy, I was very pleased to second the basic income bill, which sadly stalled on the order paper. It died on the order paper is the language that we use in Parliament with the dissolution of the last Parliament. I'm looking forward to it coming back, and I certainly will be happy to second it again and vote for it when it comes up. And there's important work that lies ahead on its path in getting it through the House of Commons. I just want you to know that I am always here to continue the conversations that we've begun. I am a believer in the importance of basic income, and will continue to be your ally as you all do your work and as I do my work too, and we'll do our work together. So thank you very much for allowing me a few minutes of your kind time. Cheers.
Thank you, Andy. And yeah. And we will be coming to you, and hopefully you can help provide us with some support in creating a dialogue between the provincial level of government and federal level of government. I think we need to do that to move basic income forward in Nova Scotia and be, along with PEI, another province that's saying, together we can do this.
We have a whole new crop of elected people to teach about the importance.
Exactly.